So the big question is this: how are real estate agents like us, who didn't cheat and take on venture capital and are spending money from our own pockets, how do we compete with these billion-dollar real estate tech companies and iBuyers in a way that lets us bring our services and the things we believe in out into the world and still remain profitable? That's the big question. And on this podcast, we'll give you the answers. Welcome to the iBuyer experiment.
What's cracking?
Crack-a-lackin', man.
No one wanted to take that first
I know.
stab
I was
this
like
morning.
waiting for somebody to jump in. I was like, all right, well, gotta warm up these airways. So what's going on? I know we got a bunch of hot topics. The real estate industry right now is extremely.
There's a lot of buzz going on.
Exactly.
There's a lot of chatter.
I was trying to figure out which adjective I wanted to pick there to use.
There's a lot of pissed off agents out there right now.
There are. If you have
It might be
been,
as pissed as I've
feel
ever
the
seen it.
anger.
I
Actually,
think that they're just as mad at this hot sellers market as they are at Zillow, to be honest, because every other post is either about like, oh my God, I've showed 700 houses and written 30 offers and blah, blah, blah. Or it's, can you believe Zillow this or Zillow that or Zillow this?
my seller won't list their house because they have nowhere to go.
Well, and what's crazy is we've been talking about this since before the turn of the year, that we thought by the end of 2022, we would see some crazy stuff. And literally every single week is crazier than the next. It's happening a lot faster than we anticipated, just as far as the disruption, you know, and these big tech companies going full force.
Yeah, that's why if you're not adopting some of these new strategies, you're gonna die.
Breaking news: Zillow acquires Open Door for $400 billion.
$400 billion. Whoa,
Where'd you see that?
I think Eric Moo. Eric Moo might sell for that.
Hold on, and that's dated what?
That is
June of 2022.
Exactly.
We just predicted.
Coming to you from the future.
Seriously, though, I think we were just talking about some of the recent headlines. Elliot, I know you want to share it. What happened? You got an email from your friend.
Yeah, so got a text message from my friend saying that Zillow has now going to take their Zestimate and turn it into a live rolling cash offer. So a homeowner can accept that cash offer and start the process at any point in given time.
Is your friend in real estate?
No.
Okay, so he just saw this.
He actually works for the Fed.
He saw it and he thought of you because he knows you're kind of in this space.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, I think we talked about it on our last podcast that when Zillow announced they were acquiring ShowingTime, the next day they also announced that they were turning their Zestimate into a live offer. And I thought they were burying the lead because I thought that was bigger news and actually worse off for the real estate industry. So who wants to take a guess at the top market, the number one market, that Zillow is going to turn their Zestimate into a live offer?
Let me guess.
Where did the iBuyers start?
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Where's it going to be?
Where do you think? Where did iBuyer? Where's ground zero for iBuyers?
Let's see. Well, we know it's going to be a hot market.
Would it be?
Would it be the same place where the iBuyer Experiment podcast is filmed?
That's us.
That's
right. We are bringing it to you real and raw live from
Hot
Gilbert, Arizona.
Phoenix.
Yes, it's here. Phoenix, number one market. And they also released the top 20 markets that they're rolling out their live offer in. So what does this mean? This means that when your seller wants to go see what their home value is, which they do frequently, always, not only that, but they go check what their neighbor's home value is. They go check what their friend's home value is. They go check what their boss's home value is. And what's going to happen every time they look at it? What are they going to see? They're going to see an instant cash offer.
Yeah, they're going to
instead.
see that dangling carrot.
I think they're also going to see a lower price than they used to see it on the Zestimate, right?
Ooh, that would be so.
Are they
that's a
going to see the
challenge,
Zestimate
right?
and the live offer?
That was actually what my thought was too. Is like, are they going to take away the
Because
Zestimate?
most people think, oh, the Zestimate is the live offer,
yeah.
what Zillow would buy it
Yep.
for, but it's not.
So Kayla and I were talking when I brought that up to her just a little bit ago, and she had said, "Is this a good thing?" Honestly, what ran through my head right away is potentially for the savvy, sharp, willing to adapt and thrive agent. I think this is a good thing. For, you know, whether that be the top 5%, maybe the 95% have something to worry about. But there again, tend to be more of an optimist. So seeing this as an opportunity for bringing awareness to the consumer, and you can get tools such as a Zoodealio to where you're going to have that private, exclusive cash offer to bring to your client, being able to bring them an offer that's potentially better than what the
what Zillow is.
Yeah, what Dog Zillow is bringing them.
So I think this may hurt Zillow.
Godzilla.
I disagree.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
Because
Could not
because
disagree
okay,
with you more.
now right now they have a bunch of people that are going in there and they're requesting an offer, right? And they're putting their information in. Now all they do is go and drop and look at their, drop onto Zillow and see it. They're not putting their information in. How does Zillow know that they're interested in possibly selling?
How do we know that
Well,
they don't have to drop their info to get their cash
That's
offer?
true. I guess we
Right?
don't see
We don't
it
know
yet.
yet. We don't know what that's going to look like yet.
What's the primary thing
But
about
if it's just a live offer, would it just be a live offer, or do
But
you have
maybe
to,
it's a live offer behind like a registration wall.
There you go. That's
never
that's
know.
exactly that's where I was going at, was the lead generation game, right? Like, I don't care what business you're in one form or another, it all comes down to lead generation.
Yeah.
Check your
the
live
only
offer.
reason.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
Get
Get
in
in
your
your consumer
information to
first.
see your live offer
Yep.
instantly.
Incubation period after that, I guarantee they've already ran the metrics. Decision step number 1. If we put in this follow-up funnel from here, we're talking about X number of transactions.
So that
I
would
think-
mean that you wouldn't be able to see your neighbor's live
Maybe
offer.
not. But see, that's what made Zillow so amazing with the Zestimate. It wasn't just that you could go see what your house is worth. It was that you could look up anybody in America and
Nosy.
see what their home.
It was the ultimate
Do you know
nosy
what I mean?
neighbor. Yeah,
Exactly.
ultimate.
So like that was so powerful that because we all want
Hell
to know.
yeah. Oh, I've done that. You looked at a star's house and see what it's worth, right?
Who did
Michael
you look?
Jordan.
Or just the
You're so
rolling
funny.
values, right? Like where it could be a model match in your neighborhood, and it's a bigger lot, right? Like, I mean, there's all those little finite
You're
details
so
that you can.
boring, Elliot. Come on.
That's not
Come
boring.
on.
Let's
Maybe
see.
you looked up
Michael
Britney
Jordan
Spears'
or a
house.
big lot? Who wants to talk to Jason? Talk to Elliot.
We know that Zillow's doing this for one thing, to get more leads.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%. Couldn't agree more, Keith.
They want to be the guy in the room. I'll quote
Firsthand.
somebody that we've talked to.
And they
from
used
there.
to be
Firsthand.
selling those leads to agents. Now they're
So
hired their own agents.
it
and
wouldn't
now they're
surprise
using
me
their-
if they keep the Zestimate and say, to see your live offer instantly, put in your information. That's my speculation.
But what's crazy is they're gonna be buying the house from people. They're also showing people what their house is worth. That just seems kind of weird.
I'm
Seems
gonna
kinda tricky.
tell you what your house is worth. I'm going to make you an offer for it, and if you'd like to buy the next home, I'll find that for you, and I'll make the loan for you.
Yeah, that's getting
I
a
mean,
little
is
bit.
this like
and you,
overreach?
trust-
and you use my title company.
Yeah, is this a little bit? It's what? It's brilliant. It's beautiful business. Here's the thing. This is what Zillow has figured out what to do, and this is what us as real estate agents we need to arm together,
Yep,
and we need to
band
figure out.
together.
Because they can
We-
manipulate the market now.
They can. They're not going
Totally.
to. What is going to happen is they're going to provide a good consumer experience like they've always done. And that is what is needed. And that is what real estate agents need to do. We need to quit focusing on us. We've been so selfish with what we've done in our innovation in the past. And we need to focus on the consumer.
Well, that's the challenge, right? When you have sales, comes with the potential of a good paycheck, but it also can create commission breath. And when agents fail to put in a lot of system and process in place so they could build a predictable, duplicatable income stream, it creates commission breath, right? Check to check. I mean, the average, and again, I'm sorry, these are just facts. The average real estate agent makes less than $40,000 a year right now, or roughly $40,000 a year in some of the most recent statistic I saw. It's 2021, right? I mean, if you're making an average of $40,000 a year, I hope your spouse or
Living
somebody
in the
else is.
slums.
That's what I'm saying. I hope somebody else in your house is making some decent money.
I just thought of something. Zillow's new theme song, that Mac Miller, it's called Donald Trump. And the chorus is, "We gonna take over the world while we watch these haters getting mad." That's exactly what they doing.
That's exactly what I know. It's
So-
like I love them, but I hate them. I'm very.
I know we
So-
were just. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, I mean, go ahead.
I was thinking about a conversation that we had just yesterday with Tim Mafia, who was here in the office, and where we were talking about the plays that Zillow is making, right? And my biggest thing on all of this is clearly they know that they're making moves, and these guys are smart. Rich Barton is usually the smartest guy in the room in a lot of rooms that he walks in. I would attest. I don't know him personally, just
because he has
imagine.
glasses.
Yeah. Well, when he's the main brains behind $3 billion companies, With that said,
Is Glassdoor a $1 billion company?
yeah,
It is?
yeah, it's multi-billion-dollar.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow. Because if for those of you that don't know, he also started Expedia.
Yep, and is it Glass House or Glassdoor? I forget. I think it is Glass
Oh,
House.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, getting to the point of what I'm trying to say here is this is calculated. There's no question that this was planned.
Okay, you know what? You give him so much credit. No, this is him looking at Open Door and Eric Wu's brilliance and going, huh. We
Wait a
should do that.
minute.
It's not calculated.
They're getting a lot of leads.
If it
Calculated.
was calculated, Zillow would have done it first. Zillow didn't do it first because they didn't
I'm not
see it
saying that they
first.
didn't adapt and thrive, right? But I'm talking about where they have been aware of this space right now, right? Like when you think about a business plan, everything is all about squeezing what you can to get to that next income tier. Well, they crushed it as much as they can in the lead source, and they capped out their revenue because of the amount of agents and everything else. So how do we grow to the next level? Well, agents don't even follow up with a lead one time, almost 75% of the time. I think you rolled out a stat, recently in the podcast.
But how do we know
So
that,
now they're going to systemize it, process it through a W-2 model.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't necessarily agree that it was planned. I think that what happened is they saw an opportunity and they took it.
Yep.
That's my guess.
Yep,
But you know what?
there's
Who
typically
knows?
one innovator, and everyone's like, "Oh crap!
Yeah.
let's all go do that too." And then the race is on.
So can we just talk a moment about Eric Wu and what?
Yeah. What do you think's going on with him?
I think he's.
This is speculation.
He is drowning in a pool of tears. He cannot believe it. He cannot believe he's been. I mean, part of him feels very flattered because he's been copied, but part of him is just pissed because
Yep.
they have way more money. And
Well, that's one
He
person I
better
would
go
like to
raise another
invite to be on the
$10 billion,
podcast.
right?
Eric Wu, if you're listening, we'd like to interview you, please. Listen to our podcast. Our humble request to invite you to be on our podcast.
And
The iBuyer Experience.
what's your next capital raise? $10 billion.
that would be great. Let's get Eric Wu. If you guys can share, if you're listening, share this podcast and tag Eric Wu.
Yep.
We would love
Well,
for you to be a guest on
Nick
the
and Adam,
iBuyer
I know you
Experience.
guys have a direct vein to him. Let's get him as a
Get
guest.
him on. Yeah, I don't know. I truth be told, I bet he's got a mix of feelings about all of this. It's probably pretty cool because he did pioneer it. And, you've got fix and flippers out there that are like, oh, these are just flippers. No,
Yep.
this is not. This is definitely making the transaction very quick and easy and seamless and predictable and duplicatable. Isn't that what
Yep.
it's all about, Elliot?
Well, you saw one of the what was it, the top 2,000 agents in Maricopa County and Pinal County.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the three of the top.
Can I get the
Three
top
agents.
the top agent in Maricopa County for $500, Elliot? Who is it?
Jacqueline Moore.
With Open Door.
Ding, 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 ding.
Number
That's
2.
right. Number 2. Who is it, Keith?
You don't know the
Derek
name, but
Dixon.
it's from
I was about to say, I know we worked
OfferPad.
with that. I knew it was
OfferPad.
OfferPad, but I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah.
And number
they're
3
both-
or 4 was.
You said it so quick yesterday. It went,
From Zillow, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yep.
The
Lawton.
Lofton.
Yep.
George.
Or Lofton something.
Elliot.
George Lawton.
for the steal, 500.
Today's the daily double. No, but for real though, that's the reality of it, and I think
Real.
it's interesting because agents don't feel iBuyers are still really relevant. Well, let's look at who sells the most real estate in the valley, and it's still them.
Yep.
Number 1, 2, and 3. It's crazy.
Well, and the part
Yep.
that I think that just everybody keeps missing is the fact that they pivoted to a traditional brokerage, and that everything starts with the person raising their hand, the lead, right? And there's
you're not getting
no
there,
question that they're doing
You're not
that.
gonna compete.
Far. Like, I mean, who's the biggest local brokerage here in the Phoenix metro?
HomeSmart. HomeSmart.
Right? We all knew that. I would challenge that they are generating more leads as a whole, or as many leads as a whole, as probably a HomeSmart, right? They just don't have the agent count, so that their transaction counts aren't the same, right? Because I mean, I know HomeSmart does what, like 20,000 transactions. I mean, it's
But
way
I think
up
that's
there.
because of their agent count. When I was at HomeSmart, unless I didn't opt into any of their programs, which is possible, and it's been long enough I don't remember. They had some systems and training, but I don't ever remember them going, "Hey, you want leads?"
Yeah.
So I don't know if they actually generate. Maybe you can.
I meant from taking all of their agents as an independent
Right,
source. That's what
right.
I'm saying. Like
But-
when you look at those behemoths versus, what is it? Roughly 8,000 agents that HomeSmart has, right? Like that's one hell of a sales force, and those
Yeah,
corporations.
not
are
really
taking
though.
them.
I mean, how half of them probably selling like
Sure.
1 or 0.
Yeah, 1 or 0.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably even 60, 70% of them are 1 or 0.
Well, I think that's why we created Zoodealio. We want to help everybody.
Right.
Everybody in the industry, whether you're a top performing team, brokerage, or you're an agent that, you know, does a couple deals a year, but you still want the opportunity to service your clients.
Yep.
We're here to help everybody. And
that wants to adapt.
Right.
Not everybody that
give the
doesn't wanna
agent the
adapt.
gateway.
People that think that they're, you know, hey, there's nothing going on here. I don't have to look at, you know, what's changing.
well, that's unfortunately normal. I mean, and then eventually it's, you know, they're going to be like, how did this happen?
It's that one cab driver. It's like, why isn't there anyone wanting me to pick them up?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like my yellow cab here. I'm here.
And I pay like, we've talked to one person. What was their insurance? Like almost $1,000 a month that they had to pay out of their pocket.
To be a cab driver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had to have their own because they're kind of like independent, but they're still paid. At least that's what I remember the guy. I mean, this is like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So, but it's
It always cracks me up when I see a cab. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
They'll
what
still
the heck?
exist?
Like people actually call those.
It'd be like going by the last Blockbuster, you know?
I mean, that
Yeah.
is such a prime. Yeah. I mean, there's so many examples, you know, today.
Because when we went the last time we went to California, we took a cab because and in Elliot, like literally every quarter mile it'd go up like 75 cents, and Elliot's like, man, you guys don't mess around here, do you?
Dude, we rode 4 miles. It was from 4
Never again,
miles.
I'm taking a cab.
And it was like $40.
Yeah.
And it was San Francisco, but $40 for a cab. I'm like, this is bullshit.
But yeah, so I'm with
Hence
you. It was-
Uber.
Yeah, that's my point
Right?
exactly.
Well,
It's
we thought it was
ridiculous.
convenient because they were just sitting there, but they were probably more than double the price.
I have another
Probably
one
triple.
where this is still going on and it's still being disrupted. I was just in Mexico, as all of us know, and we took a cab from the airport to the hotel. Found out that they had Ubers there. I want to say it was roughly, I don't remember exactly, but it was like $40 versus $5.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. That's how different of a drastic of a cost it was. I was like, this doesn't even
Whoa.
make sense.
Okay,
their
so
insurance, paying the company, but anyway.
well, like, yeah, because here's the thing, like, you know, if we're comparing realtors to cab drivers, I don't want to do that.
Well,
We're
the
not.
profession.
We're not cab drivers.
No.
But I think that because that argument could go, you could look at it from a dollar perspective of what it costs to buy or sell a house, and like you know how much cheaper other companies. That's not like this is not a good comparison, truly, because they're totally different. Like to drive a car and pick someone up.
No,
I was
but what
just
Jason
explaining,
meant,
like,
the
hey,
innovation
the
of
agent
how
that's just sitting there, not
But if
paying
you're
attention to what's
listening,
going
if you're
on.
listening
Yeah.
to this, I just wanted to be very clear that we do not think realtors
No,
are
no,
cab
no.
drivers.
Well,
No, and that's why I
guys,
said
we are
we
realtors.
genuinely built Zoodealio to help every agent. We like if we could get this in every
Yeah.
agent's hand, which I know is impossible. It's no, we could literally take down big tech, but
Yep.
that's
So
Well, and you can-
iBuyers are paying agents less in 2020, guys.
Yeah. Why is that?
2.25%
They don't-
commissions.
Or
is
2%.
what I'm seeing.
2%.
In 2019, they were paying buyers agents 3%. And the fourth quarter of 2020, that dropped to 2.5%. I know that Open Door is now, was it 2.25?
That's what I've
You
seen.
signed
I
some
don't know
two-
if that's
2
unanimous
two and
for
a
every
quarter?
listing, but yeah, most of them I see is 2.25.
Well,
I could see
So-
flat fees happening.
Commissions
Builders
are
are
set by
doing it.
markets.
And what's happening with
we're in a very strong seller's market.
Yep.
And so if an iBuyer has the property, why would they? I mean, that could be an argument. Why would they pay more when they don't need to?
Yeah, right.
Right? And
They're just
Well, they're
are
taking
they
advantage.
passing it on
That's what I was gonna
to
say.
the consumer though.
They're taking advantage
I'll tell you
of the
what,
market. There's no question.
I review every single commission instruction that comes across my desk, and I'll tell you what, there are plenty of realtors that are listing homes and taking way more than they're paying the buyer's agent,
Yep.
and they are not passing that along to the seller.
Yeah,
They are
they're-
pocketing that extra cash.
They're taking a 3.5.
Well,
They're offering a 2.5.
Because
Mm-hmm.
their production's down and they're trying to capitalize on the opportunity.
Well,
let's-
I'm dead why not? That's the most logical explanation.
Let's
Oh,
hit
yeah,
on. Let's hit on that
coming
briefly,
soon. hoping to sell it themselves. They're doing putting in coming soon and putting doing open houses.
Let's talk
Or
about the
they're
role of the
listing
buyer's
it on the
agent.
market and saying no showings till this weekend during the 2-hour window of the open house, and then they're syndicating that out onto all the portals. So what's happening is these buyers that are desperate to get houses are going right to that open house and trying to work right with that agent, trying to bypass the agent that's been hustling.
They're doing
their
whatever
ass off.
whatever it takes. Well,
Yeah.
because right, it's their house, right? Like they're willing to kick the relationship to the curb for the family in that circumstance, which isn't necessarily the best thing. I'm not an advocate of it.
No, it's just right now it's just crazy. Like it needs to cool off a little. It needs to.
Well, I also think agents need to be aware of tools that are out there, right? Like we're not the only one in the space right now that's helping just agents, right? Like I think that's where I want to, I guess, bring it up here in the last little bit is buyer's agents. I feel really bad for them right now because they're taking a haircut in commission. They're working 5 times as hard, and it's about probably 30 times as much stress. We all know.
If you're a buyer's agent out there, stop. Go buy Zoodealio. Start getting seller leads.
That's right.
Get listings because that's where you're gonna live. if you're out there trying to look for buyers right now, you're
well, and I mean, who's the best buyer? The person that has to sell their house, right? Like, and staying in the same market. We know that they're going to obviously have to buy, and just the quality of that is a much better experience, and you're getting a 2-for-1.
If you're spending like days and weeks trying to find a house for a buyer, if you were to spend the same amount of money trying to find a listing,
You'd have listings.
You have more than one.
You'd probably double or triple your transactions.
Exactly. So it's those agents that just, they just don't have the confidence in themselves to get a listing. But
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's. I think that it just comes, and I think that agents are very reactionary in general, and so they just kind of react to whatever's showing up. And if buyers are showing up, of course you're going to work with buyers. I mean, it's what you do. You help buyers and sellers, right? I just think that the trick is figuring out how you're going to consistently plan for your future and work for your future. Because you have to focus on today.
And that's why we created Zoodealio, because now if you're able to work that system, you're going to get more seller leads, put yourself into front of more sellers, have more conversations with more sellers, and get more listings.
Okay, so we have 2 more minutes, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more minutes. Let's recap this with what you can do to prepare yourself for the future so that you are not disintermediated, because I know that's what's on all of our minds and we all think that that's happening, and to some extent it is. So let's talk about what they can do right now to have a better tomorrow.
Me first?
Go for it.
Okay, you go to Zoodealio.com
and schedule your free live demo today.
and
forget the demo. Just sign up.
I know.
Just sign up.
Hey, I like doing demos.
And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tell all your sphere about your new site and what your abilities and your trade-in options, cash offers, and then start running some ads because
you got to generate traffic, right? Like I know our ads guy. It's one of my favorite analogies. He said you can have the best building out there, but if you don't have a paved road to get there, nobody's coming.
And these seller leads, guys. 20 to 25 pictures of the house. If you've got a seller lead with all the correct information from the seller, and they uploaded 20 to 25 pictures of their house and a couple paragraphs of what upgrades they have.
Well, and here's
it's a different conversation.
Right. And the massive value proposition that makes you stand out is most of these sellers have gone to one of the iBuyers.
Yep.
Before they even come to your website and register. That's our personal experience. So now you can say, well, here's an offer that you haven't seen. And then that automatically puts you in a completely different driver's seat than any other agent that they've talked with. And think about how powerful that is.
Yeah. Everything you said, and imagine walking into that next listing appointment with that exclusive.
Or just having an awesome phone call with them and saying, hey, we can do this all online.
Hey, what a concept.
That's right.
Yeah.
Seller digital space is coming and growing, right? The real estate transaction is continuing to go online.
Well, do you have anything else to add, Elliot?
I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to say something there.
No, we're just what agents can do. Yes, go to Zoodealio, sign up, deploy it against your database, run ads, and have meaningful conversations about offers that they can't get anywhere else. And
the last thing, I do have one other thing that I'll toot our horn on, and that, you know, there's a lot of agents, I think they're very confused with this new, with the new tech. And that's one thing I told somebody just that was inquiring about Zoodealio this morning, and I was talking to, that I'm super proud of us as a group that we've done a really good job on. And that is helping them with their ad copy, their marketing material, their messaging, and everything else. So you're able to take all of our experience, all of our knowledge, and all these types of things, take that brand it to yourself and get it out to your sphere so you can start the real estate conversation. Because again, that's what this is all about, is creating leads and getting yourself into more real estate conversations so we can fight Godzilla.
And be around people who are all like-minded.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Love it, guys. Thanks for
Appreciate
another
you
great
guys.
podcast.
Yep. Catch you on the next one. Thank you very much. Toodles.
Doodles, is that Mickey Mouse?
Mickey
Toodles.
Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse.
We truly appreciate you taking the time to be with us here today on the iBuyer Experiment podcast. Please remember to like and subscribe so that you're notified when we launch new podcasts. We'll catch you on the next one.
Show you the money.